All morning long, we've seen the storm kicking up the surf along our shoreline in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Coastal flooding has been reported in parts of Providence, Warwick, Narragansett. Take a look at this incredible video from along Ocean Road in Narragansett from earlier this morning, about an hour ago. You can see the waves crashing over the wall there, flooding the street nearby, Ocean Road and also Beach Street. Both have been closed to traffic for some time. Kate Walsh moved her location. She was live along the seawall. Now she's at the Port of Galilee. What's the situation there, Kate?
It's similar, but we can see that it's receding a bit because of high tide now. We're beyond high tide. You can see Great Island Road here in the Port of Galilee, Narragansett. It's still a little flooded. It's still closed to traffic though as it continues to recede. And over here, you're familiar with this. There are a bunch of boats, ferries, and this is the parking for the Block Island Ferry. If you ever go there from Narragansett, you're familiar with this area. Look how flooded out that still is from the surge this morning. So that's what fishermen are dealing with this morning as well. I spoke with one much earlier in the 5 o'clock hour today when he was coming down here. He said it was about 2 feet of water that he had to drive through. And when he got down to some of the docks, he noted they were completely flooded by the storm surge at the time. So they're hopeful as the morning progresses, the rain has stopped and the high tide is behind us now. They can see some improvement in the conditions down here. But as of right now, Great Island Road right here in the Port of Galilee is still closed to traffic. People are being turned around and going back the other way. So keep that in mind if you're headed down here for any reason. When we were headed from the other part of Narragansett by the town beach to here, we did notice along the coast the surge had brought in some big stones and rocks in some places and some debris, branches maybe that were floating on the water. They were all pushed onto the road as well. So just keep that in mind as you're navigating coastal areas today after that big surge this morning in the 7 o'clock hour. But for now, we're in Narragansett. I'm Kate Walsh, 12 News.
Kate, thanks so much. Here at home, obviously you know the situation, the rain and the wind in other parts of the area of the United States. We've got snow. And that's making it difficult to fly in and out of a lot of major airports. Logan Airport, TF Green, all reporting some cancellations and delays as well. And for the latest on the impacts to travel, Erica Ritchie joining us live at TF Green with the latest. Erica?
Hey Danielle, good morning to you. So we're starting to see some activity pick back up here at the airport. Most of the early morning flights were the ones that were canceled. Somewhere between 7 and now 9:45 is the next one out. So you can see here, we're starting to see some people back here. Some people with their luggage, with the lines, with their kids. Everyone's excited and anticipating moving on to their next destination as we go into this Christmas weekend. Most of the ones who are here have flights that have not been canceled or delayed. And we're still holding steady here at about a dozen or so between departures and arrivals that have either been canceled or delayed. Not too bad. Boston up at Logan Airport, they're still hovering just over 200 or so cancellations today. And as we come back over this way, guys, I can tell you 3,300 as of right now flights canceled across the country. About 1,400 delays we're looking at here. So certainly some big interruptions, but no lines here at all. And that's been the case all morning long. A big reason is because there are so many flight interruptions and so many people's flights have gotten canceled. And you know, it's interesting though, because weather has affected this on so many different levels. One, if a plane cannot get in or out of the airport itself, it can't, the flight gets interrupted. If planes can't fly in the air because of the weather conditions, it gets interrupted. But also how many people can be on a plane when there's bad weather. Take a listen to one woman's experience.
Plane was full and they needed to bump people to make room for fuel. They needed more fuel for because of the weather. Got a little bit of a bonus from the airline for taking the bump instead of waiting till they kick some people off. So it'll basically pay for Christmas, and that'll be nice.
All right, a little silver lining, I guess, but it's an aspect of these flight interruptions that we don't often think about, that these planes in these weather conditions need more fuel to fight through those tumultuous conditions. And so they had to ask some people to get off the plane. If, in fact, your flight is one of the ones that has been canceled or delayed, check with your airline because most of them are waiving any fees typically associated with plane changes or flight changes. So go ahead and check with them. Also, you're going to want to check with them before you head to the airport if you have any travel travel plans by air today. That's the latest live at TF Green in Warwick. Erica Ritchie, 12 News.